It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's County Public Schools. We see what the IQs, the science IQs of our young people are here, and we ask you to raise your own science IQ by playing along and answering our questions here today. Two great middle schools here today as we continue in our 37th year of competition here in Prince George's County. We have Kettering and Samuel Ogle with us today. Let's meet the members of the team. Let's go to Kettering first and say hello to Oliver. Oliver, wave to everybody at home if you would. And you are seeing double. We have identical twins up here. Aaron and Andrew, can you wave to everyone? They use their right hands too. They're staying in form there. And from Samuel Ogle Middle School, we're welcoming Brad back to the show. Hey Brad, good to have you. Jake is here. Also a returnee, had been at Whitehall Elementary. And Stone, good to have you here. Also a Whitehall Elementary alum. You know, here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions, and let's share that with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. Easier questions worth 5 and 10 points, tougher ones 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. We give them 50 points just for showing up and looking good and being the great students that they are. We make no deductions for incorrect answers. And at the 2 questioning rounds, one of these 2 teams will come back to play Greenbelt for the chance to move on to become the first of our 4 quarterfinalists in this year's middle school competition. So that's what's at stake today. And let's go over there and make sure everything's working properly before we start. Oliver, would you try the red team's buzzer? Thank you, young man. It looks and it sounds good. Good luck to you, Aaron and Andrew. And Brad, how about the green team? Give it a push. All right, A-OK over there. Good luck to you, Jake and Stone. Congratulations, guys, for being here. You were selected by your schools to be ambassadors, and I know you're going to do a great job here today. Let's have some fun, and let's get some correct answers here. We go alphabetically, K before S, so Oliver at Kettering. Let's play the bowl.
All right, can we have Dateline Science for 15?
Dateline for 15 points to start us out. All right, listen carefully here. Your answer is going to be a letter, a letter. It was in 1923 that a new vitamin was discovered that helps in human reproduction. Called vitamin X at first. It was soon renamed this lettered vitamin, following alphabetically the one we produce in our skin with the help of the sun. Had to listen to all parts of that. It was renamed vitamin what, Kettering?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin E is absolutely right because you produce D in your skin with the help of the sun. Did you say E? He said D. No, correct answer there was E. All right, we'll throw that out. Go again, red.
Okay. Can we have body systems for 15?
Body systems for 15. Yeah, and make sure you speak up so we can hear you here. Body systems for 15 points. Here's your question. All right, multiple choice. Your body's pineal gland, P-I-N-E-A-L, found in your head, produces what hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle? I was going to give you some choices. Samuel Ogle says we don't need the choices. Brad?
Is the answer melatonin?
It is melatonin. Is that what you said, Stone?
Yeah.
I saw your eyes light up when I asked that question. You got the first points. Good. Go. Green.
What?
Go ahead, Brad.
Okay, so let's go for green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Here's your question. Let's see how if you know some vocabulary. A recent newspaper article incorrectly referred to the plants in a particular ecosystem as the area's fauna, F-A-U-N-A. That was incorrect. The correct term is this similar. Yes, Oliver.
Flora.
Flora, that's right, the flora and the fauna. Nice comeback. Good, go.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoop parade for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. It's a multiple choice. If you've ever seen goats, goats eat anything and everything. They will clean out the brush in your backyard in no time. When they're finished with their meal, they sit back, they relax, and start to chew their cud and digest their food in which of the following processes? Egestion, lactation, or rumination? Oliver.
Lactation.
Not lactation. Good try. All right, we go to the green team. The choices are egestion, lactation, or rumination, describing the process where goats bring their food back up that they've eaten and chew their cud and slowly digest.
I would like to pass the answer to Jake.
Jake.
Rumination.
It is rumination. Nicely done, Jake, because goats and other herbivores have 4 stomachs: omasum, abomasum, rumen, reticulum, because it's hard to break down those plants. All right, 85-65. The lead is Samuel Ogle, and go again, please, Brad.
So let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. Here's your question, multiple choice. This year's winner of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, David Macmillan of Scotland, was asked recently by actor William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk in TV's Star Trek. He said, what is the meaning of this word, which is a tiny particle of light? Is a tiny particle of light? All right, Kettering doesn't seem to need choices. Oliver.
Oh, photon.
It is a photon. Yeah, it's not an ampere or a quasar. Thank you, Andrew. Nice work. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
Body assistance for 20 points. Team, some patients hospitalized with COVID-19, you will remember this, had to be put on ventilators to help them to breathe. Ventilators are also known by what our initialed word, yes, Ogle.
Respirators?
Stone, what do you want to say?
I would like to pass it to her.
Respirators or something like that?
It is a respirator, absolutely. You don't need to be shy about that. I was going to say it's the same R as in CPR, which is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. All right, go again, please. Green.
For science, potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15, here's your question. You know, other than a smoke detector in your house, which I hope you have, you might also have detectors for 2 gases, one being radon, the other for this colorless, odorless, Kettering.
Carbon monoxide.
You got it. Carbon monoxide, CO, the silent killer. Again, thank you guys. Good teamwork over there. 100 to 105. We got a nail biter. Go red.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline 25, big one in that category. Teams, listen carefully. Babies should never be given cow's milk. It's very difficult for them to digest because cow's milk contains this kind of substance made from the cow's...
Is it calcium?
Again?
Is it calcium?
Not calcium, no, good try. Kettering, in the cow's milk, something that babies can't digest, there are 2 substances. One is this kind of chemical made from the cow's amino acids, and this mineral is lacking, a mineral that has the chemical symbol capital F small e.
Iron.
Iron is right. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, iron it is, and protein was the other one. All right, at the end of the first round of questioning, our score, it is a tight game. Samuel Ogle at 105, Kettering at 125. And let's find out a little bit more about our players. Let's go to the Kettering team first, our red team today. And Oliver, tell us a little bit about Kettering. Who is your principal?
Our principal is Miss Struther.
Yes.
And
who's your coach?
our coach is Mr. Henda.
Wonderful. And we haven't seen Kettering here in a number of years, and you've been holding back, guys, because you're wonderful players here. Tell me, do you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, we have our 7th grader Tolu and our 6th grader Lacius.
And we'll bring them out along with your coach and your principal if they're all here when the game is over. Tell me a little bit about Kettering. What is it about the school that you like to brag about? I go to Kettering and this happens there.
Our Spanish immersion. We're the only school, I think, in our
district
yeah, in
to
our
have
district.
a Spanish immersion program.
Wow, that's tremendous. Are you guys in that program?
Yeah.
yeah, these two are. I'm not.
Yes, yeah, immersion program. So that means a lot of the class is not just, it's not just a language class. You're learning math in Spanish, and,
Yeah,
and
yes.
that's just wonderful. Being bilingual is a tremendous asset, and I'm glad you guys are doing that. Thanks for sharing that. Oliver, what do you do in your spare time?
I like to talk to my friends a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
kind of it.
friends, you know, other than family, friends are the most important thing in life. They really are. And I'm glad you're doing that. And what about a career? Thought about it yet?
I don't know, just anything in the medical field,
Wonderful.
definitely.
Yeah. I like your discipline. You know, you're going to be good. All right, Andrew and Aaron. You guys want to be different things. You want to get into technology, and Aaron, you want to be a doctor? Yeah, let's start with Dr. Aaron over here. Why'd you get interested in medicine? How'd you get interested?
Well, I've always had a passion for science, and I think that being a doctor would be a good way to use that passion. Being a doctor, I get to help people, which I like to do, and also I get to learn more about science and the human body.
Wow, you're a great communicator too, Aaron. You know, I love how you speak, and you know, a doctor's words are important. You have to talk to patients and make sure they understand you. You're going to be great at that too. Andrew, tell us about your goals.
Yeah, so I like to be in information technology, IT. So for me, technology has always been key. Since this new age, everything's all about technology, things are all digital. I think it'd be a really good asset to have. And also for me, learning about technology is fun, as you can use it to access multiple things.
You use two good words there, an asset and fun, you know, because what you want to do in life, if you're not having fun at it, it's going to be a long life. And you want to get up in the morning and you want to go out there and you all want to do something for people, and that's just great. Let's go to Samuel Ogle. Brad, nice to have you back on the show. Did you go to Whitehall Elementary School? Yes, they're all Whitehall alumni over there. Whitehall has always done really well on the Science Bowl here, so it's nice to see that they've moved and stayed with us now that they're in middle school. Tell us about Samuel Ogle. Who's your principal?
So in
Jake, go ahead.
Mr. Mouseball?
Absolutely. And Brad, if whoever wants to answer can. And then who is the coach of the team?
Miss Pumphrey.
Very good. And Miss Pumphrey, she's been sending me names, updating you. So I guess there's been a lot of competition to be in these 3 seats here today. So congratulations to you guys for having made it. Tell me what you like about Samuel Ogle. Why is it a special place?
And so I consider Samuel Ogle a special place because we have a lot of clubs and activities, and teachers make learning fun there.
See that word again, fun, you know? And if the teachers if you have teachers that really care for you, you'll do anything for them, you know? And I can tell that you have some great teachers out there. Brad, what do you want to do someday?
So when I grow up, I would like to be a software engineer. So I would like to be a software engineer, and I would like to develop a technology or something like some sort of technology that would be able to detect cancer in its early stages.
Yeah. You want to make your mark, you know, and if you're good at something, you've got a chance to do that. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for being here and for being the captain, too. Jake, you were telling me you want to move to Switzerland, or at least go to Switzerland. Tell people why that.
Well, so I've heard that Switzerland is a beautiful place. It has the Alps, which, well, they have, it's beautiful mountains, really. They have good chocolate.
And Are you a chocoholic, Jake?
And the flag's a big plus.
I like that. Now, in terms of careers and professions, have you thought about that? Do you want to be a yodeler? Do you want to be a skier over there? What do you want to do?
I actually want to be a candy maker.
Oh,
or
that's
a chocolatier.
perfect.
Or a chocolatier. That sounds like a really fun job.
You know, you're doing God's work. Yeah, making chocolate. You know, we all love chocolate. Thank you, Jake. That's an interesting story. Stone, you want to be a forensic psychologist.
Criminal psychologist.
Yeah. So you want to get in there and mix it up with the bad guys, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're such a happy person there. What got you interested in that?
Well, I started watching true crime because I was just interested in it, and then they would go into the person's childhood and backstory, and they would just give a little more context as to why they did what they did. And then I found myself applying that to the people around me, like my parents and stuff, and my friends. And then I just figured, I like true crime. I kind of like dark, scary stuff, so I think I can mix them.
You have great personality for that. I can see you doing that successfully. Thank you, and we enjoy having you here. All right, it's time to get back into the game. 125 for Kettering, 105 Samuel Ogle. Lots of points to give away. Last correct answer, according to my podium here, it was from the red team. Is that correct? Okay, go Oliver.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Here we go. Multiple choice. Which of the following creatures would you likely find living near a hydrothermal vent? Hydro, H-Y-D-R-O, listen for the choices, thermal, T-H-E-R-M-A-L. Would you find a seagull, an otter, or an octopus living near a hydrothermal vent, Samuel Ogle?
Octopus or otter? Would it be an octopus?
It would indeed be an octopus because hydrothermal vents are on the bottom of the ocean. It's where a lot of hot water comes up from volcanic activity. All right, almost a tie score, 125-120. Go again, Brad.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Back in 1991, Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines erupted, spewing out millions of tons of SO2, causing the world to cool for months afterwards. What gas is SO2, Kettering?
Sulfur oxide.
More specifically?
Ash.
Not quite, no. SO2 is what gas that came out of that volcano that reduced worldwide temperatures? Brad?
I would like to pass it to Jake.
Jake?
Sulfur dioxide.
Sulfur dioxide. That too had to be important in there. Good try there, Kettering. Nice comeback, Jake. Go green.
Let's go for Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, there's a picture. Look at the picture. This is one of my favorite pictures today. Meet Freckles. Freckles is a lobster, and he is a calico lobster. He's orange and yellow and black. He was so attractive that nobody wanted to eat him. They put him in a zoo. The sad thing is he died recently while trying to crawl out of his old exoskeleton, a process known by what M?
Molting.
Yes, he was trying to molt, and he was just too old and couldn't do it and expired. So a sad end for Freckles there. Tie score, 135 all. Go red.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Your question is as follows. Plants get their strength through this C initial carbohydrate. The most, yes, Kettering.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Oliver's looking at the twins, and they're not looking back. What you got?
Oh, can I pass it to?
Sure can. Andrew.
I think it's cellulose.
It is cellulose, absolutely. You pulled that one out of the hat. I didn't think you had it. Good answer, 25 points. Go Kettering.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25, big one in that category. Interesting story. 2 women suffering from cirrhosis recently underwent separate transplant operations in which they shared one of these donated organs. One woman got 60% of it, the other 40% of it. Name that organ for 25 points, Samuel Ogle.
Is it liver?
It is the liver, absolutely right, which can develop cirrhosis, and we know that the liver grows back. So the 2 parts will grow into a full one. Thank you, Stone. Go green. 160 all.
So let's go for, let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, after Edwin Hubble, an astronomer back in 1924, measured the distance to the Andromeda Nebula, he showed that it was in fact one of these, meaning that the Milky Way one was not the only one.
Galaxy.
Galaxy, yes, the Andromeda Galaxy as well. Nice answer, Oliver. Go.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. According to a group that rates animals as if they were stocks in the stock market, the most valuable animal on Earth is this insect that is crucial to our food supply and which can be raised in apiaries. Kettering.
Bees?
Bees, absolutely right. Yeah, Andrew was whispering, bees, 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 absolutely right. Because they pollinate all of the food that we eat. Go. Red.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. It was back in 1930 that Charles Darwin's ideas of evolution got a boost from this Austrian monk who discovered genetics by growing pea plants. Hard question. Kettering. Any idea?
No.
Nope. Samuel Ogle, who was that Austrian monk, grew pea plants and came up with the basis of the science of genetics.
Could you...
Go ahead. It's Gregor Mendel. Gregor Mendel. May not have heard of him. Go again, please. The correct. We are going to green. Is that correct? Yes. Is it green? Brad.
Go for science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25. Big one in that category. Very interesting. It was once thought that electric eels migrated to their breeding grounds out in the Atlantic Ocean using electrical fields. Now it's believed they have an internal compass and respond to these fields that surround the Earth. Kettering?
Magnetic fields.
Magnetic fields, that's what I want to hear. Good. Red.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points, big one in that category, multiple choice. You might have remembered last summer there was a concert at DC's RFK Stadium. It was so loud, and it was even louder because people miles away were complaining they couldn't sleep. It happened because there was a layer of warm air near the surface and cold air up above that made the sound stay close to the ground. Is that situation, warmer down here, colder up there, known as a temperature conversion, a temperature diversion, or a temperature inversion?
What is it?
Samuel Ogle.
Is it a temperature inversion?
Inversion, absolutely right. They were upside down. Perfect. That's what we needed to hear. You needed those points. Go Ogle.
Let's go for Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25 is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please, teams. You will see a roly-poly. Some people call them potato bugs. You find them in the garden. They're harmless. They are actually not bugs at all. They are what kind of C initialed? Yes, Oliver.
Cephalopods?
Not a cephalopod. Good try. These roly-polies are actually terrestrial versions of these C-initialed creatures that include crabs and lobsters.
Is it crustaceans?
Yes, they are crustaceans indeed. Exactly right. Go green. Tie score.
Green things 20.
Let's go for green things 20.
Green things 20. When wind carries pollen from the tassels of corn plants, it lands on these female parts of the corn plant, a part that has the same name as a smooth, satiny piece of cloth. Kettering. What you got? No answer.
Anything?
Samuel Ogle. A smooth, satiny piece of cloth has what same name as the female parts of a corn plant that the pollen lands on.
I'd like to pass it to
Jake.
Linen?
Silk.
Okay.
Silk. They're called the
Darn
silk.
it.
Andrew, I thought you were saying that over there. Should have gone with it. Go again, please. Is it Brad? No. Is it? Yes, last correct answer? Did you give the last correct answer? Yes. Okay, Brad, go.
10.
Let's go for green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Interesting. Because it was thought to no longer exist anywhere on Earth, a flower just recently rediscovered in Ecuador had this name listed as its species name, a name that means an animal that is gone forever. Samuel Ogle.
Extinct.
Is it extinct?
Extinct, yes. Extinctus is what they call it, used as the species name. All right, we're next. Green.
Let's go for science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. If you're hiking in bear country, don't wear your hiking clothes to bed because you can have some food particles on there. The bears are going to get you. Don't use deodorant because the bears are going to smell you. And don't have any of this dentifrice in your tent as either. What is a dentifrice that you do not want to have in the tent that could attract a bear? Samuel Ogle.
Honey.
Is it honey?
Not honey. Good try. What is a dentifrice? It's toothpaste. Toothpaste. Dent, like dentist. That was what we're looking for there. Go again, please, Brad.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. All right, teams. Thank goodness the ultrasonic screaming of bats is inaudible to us. Their screams, measured in these units, would otherwise keep us up all night long. Kettering.
Decibels?
Decibels is right. Yes, indeed. Go red. Tie score.
Body systems for 10.
Body system for 10 points. It was once believed, maybe your mom and dad told you this, it was once believed that if you didn't wait an hour after eating before going swimming, you would develop these C-initialed muscular spasms. Oliver.
Cramps.
Cramps, yes. We know that's not true. Go red.
Zoo parade for 10.
Again, please. Zoo parade for 10 points. Here's your question. Elephant seals. that dive for food deep in the ocean where it's totally dark use the strands of this facial hair to detect, yes, Ogle.
I would like to pass it to Jake.
Whiskers?
Whiskers is the correct answer. Yes, indeed. And that buzzer says our game is over. We have a tie score. We will continue with our game, and the first correct answer will win the game. It is sudden death, and you get to choose that category. Brad.
I'd like to do.
All right, we have all 5-point questions, so you're going to have to be ready on your buzzers, guys.
For green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. All right. What a game, guys. Congratulations. Best of luck. Here's your tiebreaker. Bees actually dance when they return to the hive to let their hive mates know where the best sources of this sweet plant. Samuel Ogle.
Nectar.
Nectar is absolutely right. Samuel Ogle, by 5 points, you're going to do it. We will be back in just a moment. Well, Science Bowl doesn't get any better than this. What a way to start our season. That went back and forth like a tennis game. That ball went back. That lead kept going back and forth. And as you just saw, that tiebreaker decided which of these two winning teams is actually going to move in our competition. Our final tally today is Kettering 230, Samuel Ogle 235. The Nectar did it. That was your sweet spot today. Congratulations, Jake and Brad and Stone. Give that team a wonderful round of applause. And Oliver, you had 2 great teammates here. You're identical twins. They were identically talented, and you are the perfect captain. Let's give a nice round of applause to that Kettering team. And Oliver, would you be good enough to tell us who you brought with you? What a formidable group you got back there. Who are they?
This is our coach, Mr. Ahenda. These are our 2 alternates, Tolu and Lacius, and this is our principal, Mr. Evans.
Thank you all for being here today. What a group you sent us today. Don't be strangers. Make sure you come back all the time now. And Brad, who'd you bring with you today?
Here we have Miss Pumphrey, and our 2 alternates are Blessing and Eswardo.
Especially thanks to all the alternates who are here, because you guys are important parts of this team here, an integral part of the team. And Ms. Pumphrey, thank you for always being part of this program and for always being such a supporter, and you're just terrific. And you guys are terrific for watching, because you're out there, and I hope you're appreciating the talent here in the Prince George's schools, and specifically the great students at Kettering and Samuel Ogle. And watch us on YouTube, check us out on social media, and come back and continue to watch us on Science Bowl. We'll be here with more outstanding students. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Thank you for watching, everybody.